I am literally gasping for air. Like, my brain is completely broken this week.
Yeah.
I have spent the last 48 hours just marinating in the sheer chaos of reality TV, and I am fundamentally unwell.
Honestly, same. It is a psychological labyrinth right now, and I am exhausted.
Babes, welcome back. We love you. We see you. And babes, we are so happy to have you.
We really are.
Welcome, the Snark Squad, to the Snark Side, where cozy vibes meet chaotic commentary. I am so ready to get into this.
And we are fully prepared. The peach bellinis are officially on deck.
Yes. And I have to proudly note that for once, I didn't run them through the ninja slush.
A true display of restraint.
Right. I just muddled them by hand. And honestly, they are still absolutely incredible. I am having a full emotional moment about how fresh peaches just make literally everything better.
Yeah.
They just bring this, like, elite, cozy vibe to the table.
I'm going to push back on that immediately, actually.
Oh, why?
Because from a purely analytical standpoint, it is not the peaches doing the heavy lifting. Sparkling wine automatically improves every single situation, regardless of the fruit involved.
I mean, okay, true.
You could drop, like, a frozen grape in here or a gummy bear, and the situation is still elevated. The Prosecco is the star.
Okay, I will concede that. But we both agree this is giving peak-rich aunt on vacation energy.
Oh, absolutely. Peak detachment energy.
Cheers to that, which we desperately need, because I just survived another chaotic Friday at work as a dentist, and babes, somehow we both made it.
Barely. The dental clinic was a battlefield today.
It really is the most unpredictable profession on earth.
Yeah.
But okay, my high for the day, I had a super nervous patient who finally conquered their fear, let me do the work, and they actually left smiling. It was so sweet.
That is actually very nice.
Right. But then my low, a patient sat in my chair and spent 20 uninterrupted minutes explaining to me why flossing is a government conspiracy.
A conspiracy, of course.
Yes. Like, they genuinely think string companies are colluding with the government to track us through our gums. I was just holding my little mirror like, what do I even say to that?
You say you have 3 cavities, please open.
Literally.
Yeah.
What was your day like?
Well, my high was purely logistical. I actually finished the day ahead of schedule and got to leave on time.
Miracle.
A rare blessing, but my low. Someone showed up to the front desk, completely convinced they could glue their own crown back onto their tooth with craft adhesive.
No. Like a hot glue gun.
Industrial craft glue. They essentially cemented their jaw shut on the right side and thought it was a brilliant DIY fix.
People are wild. It really is the most unhinged job.
Yeah.
But honestly, it prepared us for our afternoon, because after work, we stopped by the retirement home to visit Joan and Felicia.
The OG snark queens.
And babes, it was absolute chaos in that sunroom.
It always is. Joan somehow knows every piece of neighborhood gossip before anyone else.
It's terrifying. She knew about my neighbor's divorce before my neighbor did.
And Felicia was just giving completely unfiltered, brutal dating advice the entire time.
She is ruthless. They got into this massive argument over whether modern men are getting worse or if they've literally always been this bad.
Felicia argued that trash is just trash and they just wear different suits now.
So true. And then Joan spent 20 minutes trying to convince you to date her friend's grandson.
I told her I am emotionally unavailable, and she told me to just drink more water.
I was dying. And then Felicia looks at me and insists that I would finally find love if I just, like, stopped dating men who look like they own podcasts.
She read you for filth.
I practically screamed. I felt so seen, but also so attacked. Retirement homes genuinely have better gossip than social media.
They absolutely do.
But babes, enough about our own relationship disasters. Let's get into last resort.
Let's do it, because Thornberry Castle is an active crime scene right now.
It is so messy. Okay, let's unpack this etiquette dinner, because just this phrase, couples therapy etiquette class, is a massive red flag.
It is a controlled psychological experiment. They forced these volatile people into a drafty castle and served them a dinner decorated with fake pig heads.
The fake pig heads. Why were they staring at them while they ate? It was so gross.
And unlimited free-flowing wine. Add wine, subtract boundaries. That is reality TV 101.
Exactly. And the environment did exactly what it was supposed to do. Out of nowhere, Shekinah confronts Thais across the table about unfollowing her on social media.
And how does Thais respond?
Babes, she blames a glitch. A glitch. She looks at her and says, the Instagram algorithm just magically unfollowed her. We all know how the unfollow button works.
It is the sheer delusion of using technology to avoid accountability.
Right. It's exactly like my patient with the flossing conspiracy. You have undeniable evidence right in front of you, and instead of taking responsibility, you just invent a massive, unprovable external force.
Cognitive dissonance at its finest. Thais is just avoiding the conflict.
And Shekinah has been, like, isolating herself all day, claiming she had a headache, but then blaming production for not inviting her to things. She is so exhausting.
She wants to control the narrative. But the real casualty of this dinner was Sarper.
Oh my gosh, Sarper gets so annoyed by the drama that he literally throws his napkin down and walks out. Sir, you are the drama.
He is attempting to project this stoic, above-it-all male image, which is hilarious given his actual behavior.
Exactly. Speaking of avoiding accountability and chaotic dinner vibes, let's talk about the couple who literally cannot stop screaming at each other. Rebecca and Zied.
The physical geography of their fight is astounding.
I am spiraling over this. They get into a fight, and Zied's response is to drive 400 miles to Virginia to sleep in his car.
Statistically and logically, you do not accidentally drive 400 miles out of spite.
You are halfway to New York. That is a 7-hour drive. Who gets mad and just hits the interstate for 7 hours?
He was fleeing an active surveillance state, because we have to talk about Rebecca using her former PI background to track him.
It is so unhinged. She's checking his location constantly.
She has an AirTag on his keys, and she justifies it by listing her top 3 signs of cheating.
Right, which are what? He changed his clothes, he goes to the gym, and he hides his phone.
Which, yes, can be concerning, but she is projecting her entire PI identity onto him. She wants to find a crime.
Yes. But also, Zied treats those keys like a literal radioactive tracking device. He knows she's watching him.
And he allegedly met up with a blonde woman in a parking lot who he claims is just his friend's wife.
Oh, please. I do not buy that for a second. But here is the massive hypocrisy of Rebecca. Zied supposedly doesn't know this, but we all know Rebecca is out here doing solo OnlyFans.
And Sonobella lipo commercials.
Right. She's monetizing her body online, but Zied's the one getting screamed at through a hotel door because he wanted to smoke a cigarette.
It is a profound power imbalance. Shekinah even told Rebecca in group therapy to soften her tone, and Rebecca flat out refused.
She rolled her eyes. Is Rebecca just completely destroying this marriage with her delivery?
She wants to control him because she's deeply insecure. But Zied's response is equally toxic.
Oh, when he demands the apology.
Yes. He bonds with Sarper around the fire pit, goes back to the room, and demands Rebecca apologize to him simply, quote, because I am the husband.
Ew. I got full body chills when he said that. It is a massive toxic red flag.
It's exactly like my Haitian with the hot glue gun. He has a massive structural issue in his marriage, and his DIY fix is to slap some toxic traditional masculinity on it.
It completely shuts down the communication. But if running 400 miles away is one way to handle a separation, Cara and Guillermo took their separation to a whole different level.
The separation scorekeepers.
They were separated for a year. Cara says she was drowning in childcare and chores, and Guillermo says she was out partying until 4 a.m.
Competing victimhood. But the real mess is the timeline of their hookups.
Babes, if you are on a break, the chain is off. Why are we in therapy arguing over who waited a few extra weeks to sleep with someone else?
Because Guillermo needs to feel morally superior. He proudly states he waited 5 months, which is slightly longer than Cara waited.
And he hooked up with a customer and sent her a Venmo payment?
$150 Venmo payment. With a smiley face emoji.
I am screaming, what is the $150 for? Gas. A Spirit Airlines flight.
It is highly transactional. But then he uses this to play the victim about Cara's career.
Right, because Cara is doing explicit solo OnlyFans, and Guillermo sits there and says he isn't proud of her.
It is classic manipulation.
And Cara tries to defend her hookup in New York by saying alcohol removes logic, which, no, it doesn't.
It removes inhibition, not logic. It just lets you do what you subconsciously want to do anyway.
Exactly. So what does this all mean? If Guillermo is so embarrassed by her OnlyFans and constantly trying to villainize her, why are they even trying to make this work?
It raises an important question about ego. He just wants to prove he's the good guy on camera. He is totally checked out.
He just wants to win the breakup.
Precisely. But speaking of guys who want to look like the victim, let's pivot to Sumit dropping a literal $50K bomb on Jenny.
My jaw was on the floor. Sumit invested $50,000 without telling his wife.
And when pressed on why he hid it, he claimed she had to keep it secret because Jenny has anger issues?
Yes. He said she pretended to punch him in public. So, wait, he is deflecting from a $50K lie by accusing Jenny of public domestic violence. Is he just manipulating the narrative?
Absolutely. It is classic Darvo. Deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. He uses her justified anger over his lies to make himself the victim.
It is so dark. But wait, we have to debate the currency here, because 50,000 rupees is only like 523 US dollars.
Right. Hiding $500 is bad, but hiding 50,000 US dollars is marriage ending.
Given their TLC tenure, they have to have actual money by now. I think it's real US dollars.
I agree. The network wouldn't build a storyline around $500.
And to distract from this massive lie, they reveal they have makeup sex.
Which visibly disgusted Patrick and Thais.
Yeah. I needed earmuffs. I was with Patrick. Jenny volunteering that she prefers the American starfish or dead cow position.
Ew!
She lies perfectly still and makes him do the work.
I did not need that visual in the freezing UK castle. But while they are grossing everyone out, the men are outside forming a literal He-Man woman haters club.
Led by Sarper.
Of course. Sarper wants a feminist movement, like feminism, but for men.
And he literally calls his partner a punishment for his past sins. He tells the men he wants a submissive woman he can control and gives her the silent treatment until she breaks.
It is so toxic.
What is fascinating here is how the men band together to blame the women for their own terrible choices. Sarper is unionizing the husbands.
He is infecting them all. Hearing this makes you want a divorce, which is exactly the spiral Paola goes down in this episode.
The divorce panic.
Paola feels like she is losing her best years to Russ. And allegedly, off camera, Russ is weaponizing their son.
Telling the child that mom is breaking up the family.
You do not put the kids in the middle. That is so selfish and traumatizing. Russ usually gets the nice guy edit, but that off-camera behavior is incredibly manipulative.
It really is. But the real panic sets in at the salon when Jenny tells a story about taking her ex-husband for everything in court. Child support, spousal support, all of it.
Which makes Paola realize that since she's the primary earner, Russ will sue her for spousal support.
She is terrified. But her logic is so weird. She wants Russ to be an alpha male, but not controlling.
It is a paradox. She wants him to lead, but only when she tells him how to do it.
Is Paola just looking for an excuse to leave? Or is Russ actually dragging her down?
If we look at the bigger picture, Paola has outgrown him financially and emotionally. The fear of paying spousal support is literally the only thing keeping her in this marriage.
It's cheaper to keep him. That is so sad.
But while they fall apart at the castle, the off-screen tea is boiling over.
Babes, the spin-off tea is so messy. The rumors of this new Florida-based spin-off have me spiraling.
The production synergy is working overtime.
Courtney is supposedly marrying her much older fiancé, Phil. And Jasmine and Natalie have magically made up just in time to be invited.
And Andre threw a massive fit on social media because he wasn't invited.
Yes. Calling the cast degenerates that pop Tylenol for 20 years.
He claims he turned it down, but we all know Andre and Libby would roll in the dirt for a TLC check.
100%.
Yeah.
And Jovi and Yara were spotted filming. Plus, Matt wore this ridiculous wannabe Vegas outfit to Jasmine's fake birthday party.
It was a production-funded event.
If TLC is paying for the open bar and the venue, your birthday is tomorrow, babes.
This entire Florida spinoff is just TLC being cheap, grouping all the cast in one state to save on travel costs.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But are we actually going to watch Courtney marry a senior citizen?
We will watch every messy second of it because that is our job.
We have no choice.
Mm.
Okay, babes, it's time for our segments. Let's start with therapy or just go home.
The premise. We decide if each couple needs one more session, a long vacation, a group chat intervention, or to respectfully break up immediately.
Okay, Rebecca and Zied. I demand they respectfully break up immediately. The tracking app is too much.
I disagree. I think they need a group chat intervention. Zied needs an extraction team to formulate an escape plan.
Fine, but they need to separate. What about Cara and Guillermo?
Respectfully break up immediately.
Oh, absolutely. The Venmo receipts were the final nail. There's no coming back from that.
Shekinah and Sarper.
I want a group chat intervention for Shekinah. Her real friends need to pull her out of this delusion.
I demand they just go home. Sarper is beyond therapy. He thinks his behavior is perfect. Stop wasting the therapist's time.
Valid point. Jenny and Sumit.
I suggest a long vacation. Go spend the rest of the $50K and enjoy the starfish on a beach.
No. One more session to figure out the currency. I need the therapist to ask under oath if it was US dollars or rupees.
A forensic accounting session. Fine. Paola and Russ?
Break up immediately to save the kid from the manipulation. Do not weaponize children.
I completely agree with you on that.
Okay, next segment, Red Flag Olympics. We are awarding medals for the biggest red flags.
Bronze medal goes to Guillermo, playing the victim over Cara's hookup, while admitting he paid a customer $150 for his own hookup. Hypocrisy at its finest.
Perfect choice. Silver medal goes to Zied, driving 400 miles away to sleep in a Wawa parking lot instead of having an adult conversation is top-tier avoidance.
And gold! We heavily agreed on this one.
Oh, it's unanimous. Gold goes to Sarper, calling Shekinah his punishment in this life and demanding a menaced movement.
It is the absolute peak of toxicity.
Okay, Joan and Felicia react. What would our retirement queen say?
Felicia would look right at Rebecca, tell her to put down the tracking app and get a life. And she would tell Cara to secure the bag with OnlyFans and drop Guillermo's dead weight.
Yes, and Joan would already have all the neighborhood gossip on Sumit's $50K scam, and she would actively try to set Zied up with a nice girl from the bakery down the street.
She loves a logistical solution. Final segment, couple confidence rankings.
Let's do it. Most delusional.
Shekinah and Sarper for thinking this dynamic is acceptable for television.
Yep. Most chaotic. Rebecca and Zied. 400-mile drives, air tags, and screaming through doors.
Highest chance of survival. I'm giving it to Jenny and Sumit.
Purely out of stubbornness and starfish sex. They will never leave each other.
Sunk cost fallacy at work. And lowest chance, Cara and Guillermo, they are completely checked out.
They're just running out the clock. Okay, babes, my heart rate is so high, let's bring the energy down for a cozy wrap-up.
Let's center ourselves.
I have 3 questions for the Snark Squad to mull over. Number 1, which couple would Joan and Felicia absolutely refuse to invite to brunch?
Good question.
Number 2, what was the absolute biggest red flag of the episode for you? And number 3, a little provocative thought.
Do you think the constant presence of cameras and production-funded events is the actual reason these couples invent half this drama? Or
are they genuinely this toxic behind closed doors?
Exactly. Does the camera create the mess or just record it? Let us know what you think.
And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share the episode with another snarker. Yes. Stay messy, stay delusional, and we'll see you on the snark side.